All right, hey there, folks. We are back in campaign 18. We're kind of beginning the episode at a slow point. I know I'm really selling it to you real hard here, like stick around for this. But it is November, so we're technically in like winter camp season. But if you know the AI, that is cool. That's got to be an Irish flag. Yeah, I could squint hard, but I don't think it'd make a difference. Anyways, anyways, yeah, we're back in campaign, just doing our thing. I think there's a decision coming up here. Yeah, okay. So in 4 days, we decide what do we do after diplomacy 2. I feel like letters of marque is long overdue. Yeah, there's just a lot of there's a lot. I mean, government funding 3 is probably overdue. But that's the nature of the modded campaign. So for those who are really just joining us fresh, this is a super modded campaign. If you've been part of this series for a while, I've been modding this thing for years, and it's gradually being refined. Something new and big in this one is that it is regimental scale. So if, take a look at our OOB, if it ever pops up, we have, right, this is normally, I'm trying to remember back to the game. What is this? Well, if it's a division here, then this must be a corps in game and an army group up here. But here, you can see that this is Sheridan's division. These are the brigades, which are usually kind of these are usually brigades in the game, but they are all regiments in here. And that was a process. And so it's actually pretty cool because in the vanilla game, I usually liked when these were the divisions. I liked moving things by divisions and then just having the brigades deploy. But now that you can move the brigades, I really like that. And then they position the regiments, and for the purposes of making it less cumbersome in battle, everywhere I've gone through, I've just moved the artillery out of those brigades and just created a separate. It'll usually be called the artillery brigade that is in that division. So, and then for wool, it must be, yeah. So for the Union, I did the numbered corps. So I also switched sides in campaign. If you haven't seen that, we did this one a little bit as a CSA. I was hesitating, not hesitating. I was thinking of switching over, and it looks like I'm probably still going to have to. But the CSA has honestly done a good job in 2 out of the 3 theaters. I've been looking at the one where they're not, right? So it's over here in Virginia, where we've moved up to Richmond. These are their forces back at Petersburg, and they have some down here, Shenandoah Valley, and yeah, elsewhere. But in the center, we made no progress for Nashville. We tried to get into Nashville, I think, back in September or October. Forrest laid a trap for us, made us think he was way over here. No. His forces were all over here in Nashville, and we tried to attack from 2 directions. It did not work. That was 2-3 episodes ago, yeah. So, anyways, that humiliating defeat is cataloged there, and sent this first corps under McClellan back to lick his wounds here in southern Kentucky, but certainly gearing up for press into Nashville come 63. So that's the plan there. I think this is the 3rd division of the 7th Corps. We now have 2 corps here. Right? The 7th Corps is the newest corps, and so Kaim, I know I've called his name in other campaigns, but I don't know anything about him historically. Anyways, yeah, we have divisions that are generally named after people. You can see that I did not always do that, but I'll get around to renaming that. I do owe both of these armies some recruiting, and probably on the CSA side, some reorganization to rationalize it a bit more along the lines that I've already created. But that's that, and for the first, we'll say 2 campaign years, 61, 62, my approach to Arkansas was, well, really it's Missouri and Arkansas, was just to hold Missouri. It was more important to hold Missouri and not overinvest troops here than it was to go way out. I always considered this area of Arkansas like a huge supply, and even this part of Missouri, just the eastern parts, just be huge supply deserts, logistical problems. It's a bit more manageable the further west you go, but the further west you go, the further you get from the Mississippi and other population centers. And honestly, Tennessee matters far more. And so I kind of looked at everything through the lens of, you take Tennessee, and from there you can kind of go in different directions or invite the Confederates to come attack you. But I've been persuaded through YouTube comment that maybe there's something worth doing. It was really the promise of there's apparently a battlefield over here, a map that generates around Batesville, and so I want to see it. Apparently, we somehow already have control over the Batesville factories. That's probably just an error. Hooker's division is going to be the kind of guinea pig for a lot of this. Poor Hooker, he's just had a miserable 62. Here his men are starving and all this other stuff, but they just got their supply depot up. The rest of the 4th Corps is out here basically on garrison duty around Springfield, although the actual fort is back here at, what, Rolla? Is that what this is? Yeah, it is. Okay. Anyway, so I'm thinking more maybe now we'll try the Batesville push, and what it's going to be is we need to get our forces together, or at least Hooker's division has to go in, move to Batesville, build a supply depot, and then from there it's going to be a YOLO to Little Rock, and this is just the challenge for me of Arkansas, right? Even if you get Little Rock, you're in the middle of the state, like, all right, you got it, but you could be attacked. Your supply lines can be attacked from all around. I prefer to focus on Memphis and Tennessee, but whatever, man. We're gonna see how it goes. Show me this battlefield, because this is 2 episodes ago. I actually fought on a battlefield I don't think I've ever been on, and I guess it generates somewhere down here. I don't know exactly where I was, but it was a pretty cool one. So that was nice. All right, we have new policy choosing time. I feel like, oh man. All right, I'm gonna do government funding. Did we do Ag 2? We did. That's good. That's good. Bounties would also be solid, but we got to do this first. We haven't even saved up. I don't think we've saved up enough for the first take of improved credit rating, because I have. What? Has this always been here? And I just never noticed it? I have significantly nerfed it. No, yeah, nerfed it, right? By making it more expensive. Because it's too easy to spam and create infinite money. So it's set up that both sides can take it a couple times if they really choose to go that route to invest in their credit rating. And it does actually, I would say, help things. It's still worth it, but it's just not as undercosted as I think it is in vanilla. And but that's me. I don't really have too much else I would do with those subsidies. I'm not building markets, so market reform doesn't seem worth. Civ order. So we have the military subsidies. So we could do a civ order, which we've already done a lot of. I view civ order as one of those, you invest early to reap benefits in the late game. It's supposed to, well, I mean, it tells you, further decreases negative impacts on support from military actions. I think it's raiding and casualties. And those, particularly the casualties, are gonna pile up over the course. And so the more well prepared you are, I don't love the image, but the more well prepared you are for that, the better the late game should be when it's a real slog. But we have finally pulled ahead of the CSA in morale and support. I'm guessing this is just because we're holding territory. I mean, we sliced off Virginia. They've taken neither Kentucky nor Missouri. That could be it. They've taken casualties. They've lost more battles. But it has only been very recent that we've actually passed them. And that's also part of the reason why I think it's coming near time to switch, to make the campaign interesting. And there's also some stuff on the CSA side where I'm going to try to have them follow a policy that's maybe not the advice that I would give for the union. And so we'll see if that advice is going to be good. Right now, I've already set up the AI to pretty much do that. And so I wouldn't expect a huge difference when I hop on over, but we will see. So we got 45,000 volunteers. I know I've said in like each of the last few episodes that, oh, I'm gonna recruit, but clicking through some of these divisions and looking at the regiments, it's clear that a number of them still need recruits. But generally, I like to recruit in winter only because it takes some time to muster, but then they can get some of their training done so that March, April, as the weather improves and the campaign gets on, like, they're a little bit closer to being decent than if you just wait. And the other thing is readiness, right? You're going to take a readiness hit in winter as those new troops are arriving, but hopefully by the time campaign season comes around, you're mostly back in the yellow or the green in terms of readiness, and ready to roll on and do what you got to do. Then that's true whether you're the Union or the CSA. But the CSA in 62 has definitely closed the gap in terms of overall numbers of men. I'm not totally sure why. Yeah, I mean, for all intents and purposes, like they should be able to match me if they can get the troops in the right places. And I've helped them a lot here because I'm spread all out. Part of that was by necessity. This is Sherman's Corps, the 3rd Corps. And they've just been chasing the CSA out of West Virginia and through West Virginia, actually into parts of Ohio and elsewhere throughout 62. But again, we carved it off. We're holding it. What we do from here, I'm not sure. Right? We could send them down to Charleston and then see if we could push through to Lynchburg. I think that is a slow trod, and it's going to be starved of supply for the most part. But that is a thing to do. Another would be to just say, to heck with West Virginia. I know the mechanics of the game. I know that they can't take it back, so we'll just move them over here, and we'll use them to jam up the Shenandoah. We'll join... I think these are just 2 divisions. Yeah, that I just... They were over here in D.C., and I needed to retake Winchester, so I just ordered them over. I don't remember what corps they're a part of. But we could move them over here, and we could just use Sherman to jam up the Shenandoah. And I think, for some meeting of the minds, yeah, and he could, be not that far from his alter ego, Grant, who's managing things around Richmond. The reason why these 2 divisions are back here, yeah, I'd love to have them here, but I found that if you have too many armies all drawing from the same supply depot, it gets rapidly drained. And so these were back here to draw from a different supply depot. Seems like everybody's in supply right now, so that's good. Turchin's back here. We're going to get him up to scouting. I think Woods and Sheridan's division got a little roughed up last time, and so putting them back on friendly territory so that they can recuperate faster was the call. We lost Fort Norfolk from Murray's division, which attacked by land. Not happy about that, but you can't win them all, and if that's the worst thing that happens to us, we're doing okay. Still trying to take down this fort. We do have squadrons, fleets, whatever you want to call them, that have... Okay, not you, I guess. Amphibious attack, but you do. So we do have the possibility of beating this fort down and capturing it. Once we do, we should take Fernandina. I think we'll get that port. We've already taken Fort Walker, so that gives us Port Royal here. That's good. And this squadron I sent down because I had intelligence that there was an enemy army moving up, that they were out at sea and moving up. I didn't really believe it then, but might be. Yeah, so we had naval things doing. I also realized I paused you all and then paused the game, and I'm back. I found that I had 2 fleets that were still stuck down here. They got stuck on one of those islands. So I don't know why that's funny. I don't even know if it is funny, but it was funny to me. So that was that. Did we finally? Yeah, we did. We did capture this. All right, so that's good. So that'll free some forces up there. Blah, 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 blah. How? Okay, so that's only got 5 ships in it. What does this have in it? And what can it have? This could have up to 42. Well, I wouldn't do that. I don't know if I want to fight for Norfolk. I'm not sure that that's really the best use of my time. Maybe it is. Wait, we don't want to ping. Yeah, we don't want to get stuck over there on that fort yet. I don't think, even though it looks like it should or it could, I don't know if taking that fort... Oh, wait. Fort Fisher looks like it should definitely take Wilmington. So that was a mistake. Missing that was a mistake on my part. So we're going to go move to rectify that. The fleets I think we were working on should be... Yeah, they've come a long way. So we'll add a monitor. for some more tanking. And do we have any gunboats? Maybe they already finished and I allocated those elsewhere. Oh, no. This looks like stuff that's under construction. Maybe I put in a... Yeah, I think I did put it in an order last episode or between episodes here. So that would explain why some of that stuff is still coming along. Sidewheel frigate only has 15 guns. I mean, it's something. You know what? I may send it in, and if it gets blown up, it gets blown up. I'm not that worried about it. All right. Actually, you know what? They can only... Okay, so they have 7. All right, we'll send them over there. They do not have... Move back here for a second so we can get you 3 fleets sorted. And yeah, we'll get your friends up here too, and we'll figure out who can go where. Some of you can blockade. All right, we'll blockade the ones that we can't take, and we'll try to force through and take the ones that we can. Matter of... All right, so now Hooker is fully in supply. I wonder if... It's bad to move in the wintertime, but I wonder if it would be worth it to just move him to Batesville now and start building? Or does that tip our hand to the AI? I can't remember if I actually took what I was looking at. I think as it's still 62 for a little while longer, we'll make it another civ order. And did I make... Oh yeah, I did make a decision. Oh man, that must have been paused for... it's December 11th, yeah. Well, you didn't miss much. But I was mulling over here while you were paused. What do we do? And I think what we do is we consolidate. So part of that is figuring out getting these cores back to where they should be. Yeah, you can move over there, that's fine. Well, both of them move, and then I'm going to bring Sherman over from West Virginia and probably just look to jam him down the valley. To heck with West Virginia. It can't flip back, and the Virginia prize is much bigger than the West Virginia prize. Plus, I'm trying to think of how this is a bigger challenge when I go to the CSA, and I feel like it's a bigger challenge if they're pressing, if everybody's pressing me in, or a lot of the forces are pressing me in Virginia rather than some in West Virginia, which I can't take it back. So like if they're over here in West Virginia, fine. Right? Like, I care if they're in Virginia, which can't flip back, right? But how much of the state is controlled does vary in it, and that's what matters. All right, we'll see how much this harms the readiness here of the 3rd Division. Given that they're new, I'm going to give them skilled cartographers so that when we put them into scouting, they should get that readiness back pretty soon. As long as these units remain in supply, we'll keep them right where they are. Flying column is probably too good not to use. Alright, everybody over here looks like they're ready to go, but again, winter movement usually comes with bigger penalties, particularly if you're going to do a lot of it on units that don't have their readiness. But I still wonder if Hooker's division can pull it off. I know that... Yeah, he's the one that has... Is there an easy way out of this? Well, that's going to be my easy way out of it. All right. Yeah, it's Hooker's division, right? These brigades could have 1 or 2 more regiments apiece. I'm willing to explore what'll happen here if we send Hooker to Batesville. Let's just see how it goes. I think they're all supplied up, or pretty supplied up at least. We'll move Thomas's headquarters to where Hooker is now. He's kind of equidistant there between his divisions. Lieutenant Colonel McDowell. General Order 11? I don't even know what this is. The Union Army has issued General Order. Huh. Military corruption running high. Cotton is smuggled from the south. I know I've seen it before. I don't know that I've actually read it before, but let this be a lesson. Don't read things. All right. They're moving in. All right, so had another interruption there, but it's all good. We just had to help Junior get to bed. We have really slowed down. I don't know what's going on here. I mean, even with lossless scaling up, tripling things, we're like barely getting 60. That's by tripling it. So I don't know what was going on underneath all that. Maybe something needs to get restarted. Probably the game. But for right now, we're in campaign mode, so it's not the end of the world. And so Harney's division, I guess, just never moved. Wow. We are just lagging a ton. So see if this has happened to you yet. This episode is going to happen to you again. I think we're going to have to probably pause here. I think I got to exit this and then come back in and try to get it to play a little bit better, because I have no idea why it seems to be lagging a lot for no reason. If it's that bad on the campaign map, it's probably going to be much worse if we make it into battle here, and hopefully we do. So the winter issue hasn't really hit Buford. Well, I mean, he's only gone from Evansville halfway to Hartford, so actually, I guess, yeah, the moving winter has kind of hit him. But that's to be. You can see there's the penalty, right, for snowy roads. Minus 50%. So that's that. I guess we could also see if it's happening to Hooker. Not as much, but it is happening. It hasn't gone that far. So, yeah, they'll have a while to recover after this. But it does make things more difficult in the short term. So, man, that feels like it went up quick. But then again, it's almost 1863 now. So, the big decision. I feel like this is the best time for Bank Act 1. Look, it's already going to take more than 2 months to do. It's a big benefit, and if we wait any longer, the economic benefit may not catch up with us in time. Yeah, I mean, when it's done, our national support is pretty much going to draw even because the CSA has already done it. But maybe theirs will be lower by then, too. I can always hope. And now it is everybody's favorite part of... Wait, no, it isn't. Maybe it is. I was going to say everybody's favorite part of Grand Tactician is when we try to figure out what corps you're a part of. All right, so... You're part of... I think Key and Steele are both part of Grant. Keys, Gibbon, Steele. Yeah. Actually, that's most of Grant's. Alright, and Gibbon is there. So, maybe to organize this a bit. This is you, Grant. Fine. We'll put you right there. Taunton is the odd man out in that arrangement. Where does he have to go? 5th Corps. 5th Corps. Down here. That's fine. So my guess is this is the 5th and 6th Corps. Maybe we put wool here. Here, while this is going on, move both of you to scouting. I'm gonna move Gibbon just over to here. All right, this is crazy. All right, hopefully that great reset saves things. So that was yeah, we're up to, well, maybe I spoke too soon. I don't know, maybe something's just going on with the game, but we exited out, reloaded in. We're doing pretty well when we zoomed all the way out. Yeah, we're getting over 100 with the frame gen there, but when we zoom in, maybe it's the weather, maybe it's winter and the snow coming through is just, the clouds are just killing the performance. I don't know. Who knows with this game? Who knows? Okay, Buford's going to be there. I don't know that he's going to be in supply. I feel like usually when I have armies here, they have to grab a supply depot in order to stay in supply, but that was that. No, what I was working on before we exited out was rationalizing some of these division placements. Okay, Turchin, I don't remember. 6th Corps. Okay, so he would have to go. Does he have it? Yeah, he's got enough. He could go. He could go all the way. If we put him on the railroad, he should be okay, I think, in terms of readiness. Again, if he's not, it's like, sure. So it's Grant. All right, so Turchin, Wallace, Terrell, or Terrell. All right, so I think Meigs is here, Terrell is here. Hazen is the odd man out. Wood is up there. I think Wood is part of... Nah, I don't need to think at all, because I know. It's part of Wolves. Right. And then when you're ready, where are you going, Sheridan? Are you going to Wool? You are. Right, so Wool actually has 4 divisions under him. And that's actually something else we could do, I guess. It is one of the things I don't like about the regimental play and moving things down a level. Now I have to like move every division, and but yeah, of all the problems to have, it just makes things a bit more of an effort here. Yeah, this is what I saw before, is that there was intel. There were fleets out here, so I created this just to intercept them. And I can't tell if it's necessary or not. Now this definitely looks like it should capture Moorhead. Even though it's a level 2. But this is a level 1, so let's just go for this. Let's do the easy pickings first. Torpedo, Sea Raiders, and Blockade Busters. Wait a minute. That doesn't take anything. We need... That is what we need. We need an amphibious attack. What do you have there? You only got... Okay, almost everything is good. We'll throw you some more tank units. And what do we got? The frigates need a bit more work. That steam frigate's probably fine, but it might get blown out in the next engagement, but yeah, whatever. We might actually have to go up and help. Forget helping. It's overrated. One of you have amphibious. You there, sir. All right. You're going to be the lead here. Well, you're kind of the linchpin. come on down. We'll take these 4, and we'll start working on the Gulf side. Wow. Can't say I know what that is, but it looked cool when it all appeared. All right, it is officially 1863. Current rate of reorganization is B-, which is poor, thank you. Contraction. Tax revenues increased by 38 million last month. Okay. And how are they? They're in Revenue Act 2? Oh, because they're in a crisis. So that was one of the things I was looking at while you weren't here. So, and they took propaganda. Good. That's what I would do if I could. But I was looking at, oh, wow. So even before Bank Act came through, we're actually narrowing the gap. And is it on expenses? I mean, expenses, yeah, it is. I mean, so this is, again, so the higher up you go, the less expenses you have. So the CSA has less. But actually, we came close to drawing even. So then we must just be doing much better on revenue. So this is what, July? And since then, our revenue has increased a lot. Not quite doubled. Land sales is partially, but the scale there is so small. Corporate tax, nothing yet. So it looks like that's just income tax right there. And what's impressive about that is that is happening with low public wealth, right? So that's income tax, sales tax. It's down overall. So it ain't that, and tariffs have come back a little bit. I mean, it's still, again, look at the scale. It's actually quite a bit, but they're going up. CSAs, you notice their tariffs are generally coming up as well. Even though the blockade has kind of started to take better effect in 62, that is happening. Also, I can't believe we don't have enough. It looked like we had a lot in subsidies there. Send envoys is not what we want. We want trade deals when we can get it. But I guess it's still a ways off. But yeah, I did notice that so the union strategy is working because, so this is just telling us what the big story is, right? Income minus expenses. Overall, our financial picture is improving because, right, going up is less of a deficit. The CSA's is large, and it's remaining around whatever that is, about 450 million annually. So I would bet their debt hasn't started ticking up faster than mine yet. I'm a little surprised at that. Interest rate, they're still paying a lower interest rate. And I would guess their credit rating is still better than mine. Huh. Who would have thought? But I thought that was, like I said, I thought that was interesting that the financial levers are being pulled. All right, Wallace. I forgot. I think Wallace, does he go all the way down? Yeah, he does. He goes all the way down. Okay, get out of here. Okay, so that was Revenue Act 3 for them. Hazen needs to move up. I think he needs to join whatever's going on up there. I think that's his group. All right, so that's... Wait a minute, you didn't move, Wallace. I was serious. Santa fighting for the Union. You heard it here first. Woods, pretty sure he's... Surround, Meigs, Churchin, no. Wasn't he with 5th Corps, Woods? Maybe not. I guess it was Sheridan, Hazen, Taunton. Oh, he is. And it's Wood, not Woods. All right. Hovey's almost set. All right, in the last 2 months of this episode, holy moly, the CSA surpassed us in men fielded. So I guess we've replaced our losses. Oh, forgot about Hooker. My guess is that, yeah, he needs to make a supply depot. Because again, the idea here is that this is just going to supply an army, and from there, they're just going to cut loose until they get to Little Rock and hope for the best after that. I'm concerned if I break apart these two divisions, they're not going to be strong. Who knows where the CSA actually is? They're not going to be strong enough to resist should they get attacked. While Hooker is doing this, I'm just going to go ahead and throw. So with Schlee's brigade, we're going to add 2 more infantry regiments to build them out to 5. We're going to do the same here for Grover. I'll go back and number them and all the other stuff later, but since they're presumably going to be stopped for the next couple of months, just do it now. And in fact, what I think I'm going to do on most brigades is just tack on an extra infantry. Maybe, I don't know if I should do an extra artillery in each of the brigades. I feel like 4 batteries is actually quite a bit to... It seems like it's enough. Alright, we'll add that. That's fine. Actually, I guess this would be as good a time as any to see if there are... Yeah, a lot of these could use just one more. Hopefully the uniforms look good, right? Okay, Baird. I guess Carrington was ahead of his time. Alright, so you need not that, but you need that. Okay. Who else could all use them? Right, because if we don't do it this way, then the alternative is to add more brigades to divisions, and then that can become kind of cluttered. This feels like an easier way, and I don't know how common it was. All right, so you need a battery. I don't know how common it was to have 5 regiments in a brigade, but in this campaign, this war, it's going to be quite common, and you'll see it. Eventually, the CSA will do the same. All right, so we're going to do one with you. Uh-oh. No, we just want to do it randomly. We don't want to... Yeah, I had a feeling I was not putting in the right place. There we go. One there. Don't feel like adding more cav regiments. I don't want to have... I'll check the ratios, but should probably do it now, right? So in Grant's force, well, it tells me 26,000, but I guess it's not going to tell me right now how much cav. But if we figure about 500 per division, it's actually only 1,500 cav. It seems a little light. I don't know. Oops. Should have talked about it, because now I can't stop thinking about it. Alright, so you're up to 4 batteries. That was long overdue. But yeah, otherwise we have to add more brigades to divisions, which I guess... Yeah, like in the case here, it is more work to do on the map. It's just more clicking around to do, but that probably, I would think, would be somewhat common. Oh, we actually had already an extra brigade in Keyes' division. But whatever. It'll just be especially large. Over here. Do that. Alright, Cameron was really under strength by a brigade already. Okay, that's 4 batteries. It's 1, 2, 4 batteries. Let's check on our numbers here. What do we have in the volunteer pool? It hasn't moved. That's that. Okay. And then maybe because the volunteers haven't actually been drawn out yet. But I thought that they usually took these numbers out, like as soon as you put them on the OOBs here. I thought they would come out of the pool, so. All right, that's the third. I guess we just did the fourth. Yep. Fifth. Do that. Do that. Oh, I guess Sheridan is also unusually large. Probably would have been quicker for your eyes if I just created an extra brigade and just click this up to like 4 or 5 or whatever it is I need and just recruit it in there. The problem is I've had some problems getting rid of brigades that I don't want to use anymore. Like I can't delete them off of here. See, there's no option to delete. There are other units I can delete, right? I can delete those, but and apparently I could. That can't be right. Yeah, it's not right. Right. So I can delete the individual unit, but I can't delete like the corps and or the division and the brigade. So that's why I'm not doing it that way, because then it just creates another problem. I could probably transfer them after that, but at that point, it's probably going to take the same amount of time as just going through and adding one to each of these. But I said I was going to do it, and I'm going to do it. But. Sixth. All right, now we'll take a look and see if they're actually pulling people out. Nope, they're not. So that's concerning. Let's play it forward a little bit faster. And then see if anything changes. That looks slightly higher than it just did. Well, that ain't right. I thought maybe I just recruited under strength regiments, but no, they're 600. That's the maximum strength I think I set them at. So that ain't it. Huh. Volunteers were coming in, maybe? Oh. Turchin here is missing a brigade. Well, that tells me something. Yeah, we should fix that. So he's going to need 1, 2, what did I say, 5? That's what I'm doing now. There you go. Nobody else needs that many. I'm sure it'll all register eventually. I'm actually not sure of that. All right, you get in there. You get in there. I see I'm missing a battery over here from Barry. Okay. Barry's all set. Alabak. Oops. Not looking for horse artillery. Not anymore. I used to really enjoy my horse artillery, but it I got a little disappointed when I found out that it wasn't really that widely used in the Civil War. And so I was like, oh. I guess compared to other things, right? Compared to the non-horse artillery, right? Why does this look so odd? They don't have cavalry. That's why it looks odd. Okay. So we want with each of these, I think I just want the cav serving directly under the division commander. Wait, why do I have to go here to do that? I shouldn't have to do that. Go away. Okay, so now just recruit one under burn. Yeah, that's all we should have to do. There we go. Now your intelligence gathering should be improved. Okay. I guess since some divisions do have 4 brigades already, we could probably do that with those that have 3. And I think most still have 3 divisions. No, I'm talking wrong. I'm talking about the number of brigades under divisions. So most divisions have 2 infantry. 2 infantry brigades? I can't remember. Sort of look like this one has 3 infantry, 1 artillery. 3 infantry, 1 artillery. Maybe that's what. Yeah, but I think others do have 4. Like Sheridan's. Alright. So we'll give that a moment to see how many were actually pulled out. But I feel like we hit that button probably at least 20 times, right? And that's 600 people a pop. That would be, right, quite a few. 12,000. Yeah, that should show up. If that's what we actually did. What is this? We had to issue bonds? Huh. Huh. Didn't actually think I would have to. I mean, if we're expecting to get attacked, I guess we don't go to... Well, if we're expecting to get attacked, then Wallace shouldn't be in scouting. But I think he was in scouting because he was earlier up here. Turchin, I guess, got hit pretty hard by the movement in winter thing. I wish I knew who was doing that marching. Wondering if it's the CSA. Right, they're all encamped, so it's not them. Oh. Given. And that fine looking flag. Okay. Harney's over here. Harney. In case we're attacked, should probably not be in scouting. And my guess is a bunch of... okay, so you haven't fallen out of readiness. You're almost able to scout. That's good. Alright, good for Hooker. Getting that supply depot up. And I guess these are just fine. Yeah. This has been the quietest winter I've had in a campaign in a long time. I think I usually feel like the winter comes and the AI is set up not to attack in winter, and it's like, just put me in, coach. Let me attack, and then they do it, and I'm like, come on, man. It's not fun. Not fun. The Underground Railroad opens up. We should call it that forever. All right. How long are they gonna? 103 days. Jeez, that's a while. That's 88 days for Meigs. All right, that's fine. I don't think the fleets care as much about their readiness. Okay, get you over here. I think we might be able to speed things up in a moment. Get our fleets together. Nope, that was a battle, not a fleet. All right, move down here. Move down here. Same thing. And same thing. Try to work on some of the forts and ports, but otherwise we'll just blockade off on the Gulf if we have to. Oh, you know, one other thing I could do that I haven't really tried to do, and I don't know that I have the ships for it here, is getting the Brownwater Navy going. I think we could. Yeah, we have some tanking damage there in the ironclad monitors. The gunboats should be done. Yeah, so they're going to be done soon. So I think it's time to create a new fleet. Let's do one at St. Louis. There we go. And we will put monitors in that for now. That's fine. Yeah. And then when it's ready, actually probably by the time it gets readiness to move, the gunboats should be ready. We can transfer the gunboats, and we'll get a little something started. On the all-important Brown Water Navy, which is actually quite important in the actual Civil War, it's kind of manifested in this game, but maybe a little undercounted here. All right, can we speed this up? I think we can. Of course, this is when I get attacked. And also speeding it up, I think, probably is messing with the frames. Because it is winter. I see the snowflakes falling and all the other good stuff there. Okay. You all should be about where you need to be. Send you through to here. Sometimes I think they're going to get stuck. Like, I think 2 of those fleets actually just got... Yeah, okay, that still needs to go. These 3 should be ready to go here against whatever this is, Fort Fisher. Alright, we'll see if taking these 2... Taking this fort takes this part. It looks like it should. If it was just Gaswell, I would say no, but I think it should. And after that, we'll turn to a level 2 fort at Fort Macon. I'm just going to assume that this is faulty intelligence. Mostly because I don't want it to be true, so therefore it must be false. Oh, playing at 1x, that's probably why that took so long. Fleet stuff? Huh? Yes. Okay. Where's my St. Louis? Moving along? Oh, yeah. Alright. What happened here? Holy moly, what? I know they went for Revenue Act 3, but that doesn't make sense. So, if that's true, we gotta switch sides soon to make this war interesting. I mean, they were... Oh, now it's back up to 62. Maybe there was just something going on there. The morale of their armies has certainly come back. Oh, look at our recruitment. Yeah. Alright, now let's see what we actually have left. If we needed to recruit more... Holy moly, it hasn't moved. This can't be right. This can't be right. It's because the troops haven't actually arrived yet. No. Looks like they're all there. We just got a bunch of recruits. Yeah, so adding an additional brigade to each division makes it less cumbersome on the campaign map. It makes the divisions really big, right? They're 10,000 already. I mean, I know that things varied in the Civil War, but it seems like a lot of the core were like, depends on when you look, but they seem to be maybe around 20,000, and they had several divisions. Seems like, Maybe. And you know, there are limits to how historical we can be in here, but yeah, I'm definitely interested in. We have recruits. Let's go for it. Where are we on projects up? Still nothing really to do here. Maybe Diplo 2 was in order. Maybe we take recruitment offices, but I feel like we do that when we get the volunteers under 20,000 and we need more. We had the CSA in a financial crisis, so if we now force them to pedal in the metal a bit more to match our build-up, that should keep them in the financial crisis. Maybe put them in a recruitment one. I liked that idea. I liked it too much to pass up. It looks like we have some construction done. That's something else we could think about. Also building up. Right. Add new group. Yeah. And we will put 5 in there, I guess. Do we 4 and then add 1? Maybe we'll do it. The heck with it. Just do it. Just do it. Kearney, 1, 2, 3. You could use another one. So how big is that brigade? That's 3,000 man brigade. All right. I mean, in the game, that's kind of like the larger size. It's, when I gather, much larger than, good deal larger than most brigades actually were, but it's fine. Steel, you have 1, 2, 3, so you'll get your 4th. Under Whipple. All right. Gibbon, 1, 2, 3, so. And then the challenge will be, how many battles do they have to fight before I remember to give them new weapons? Well, I should probably do it soon. All right, so Keys already has his 4th Infantry Brigade, so we're not going to give him another one. Reynolds could use a 4th, so he'll get his. But yeah, before I throw the Union back to the CSA for the Union back to the CSA, the Union back to the AI, I should fix up their weapons. Their OBs looks okay. All right, and Harney, wow. Yeah, Harney's, dude, that's what everybody's gonna look like. All right, Hayes, you get a brigade. And Hooker, you get a brigade. Yeah, these are those Western armies that tended to keep a bit smaller, but not anymore. Sheridan, you already have 4. Hazen does not. Totten, here we go. And Wood. Yeah, after doing this, I really feel like we ought to have more cav. 1, 2, 3. Okay. How we doing? There's no way that's right either. I don't think we would pull from drafts. Oh my goodness, they did. I don't remember recruiting. I must have accidentally recruited those. Yeah, I'll just get rid of them. That explains why it wasn't moving. Well, that's terrible. Is there any way to fix that so that they only recruit volunteers, or do I have to go back and do that manually? Oh my goodness, that is terrible. I might have to play Union for a while now. Was that... Did I really accidentally select that many horse artillery units? Whoops. Well, I'm sure I'll find out later. When I'm making fun of the Unions, I would be like, who would do that? Alright. Oh well. Oh my goodness. Why would they... Yeah. Yeah, I guess this means now I gotta stay as the Union longer because we're about to get whacked on support. I think the way I've modded, I think each draft casualty hits support like 3 times as hard as a volunteer casualty. I think it's 3 times or 2.5 times, something like that. Good thing we took some civ order, right? And I know I'm definitely not going with recruitment offices, but yeah, I usually do it individually for a reason and off camera for another reason, but I guess that's a good reminder to do that. That is so terrible. Oh well. All right. But that's already done. So. Okay. There we go. We got gunboats. You get to have up to 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so then we'll put 3 gunboats in with the 5 monitors. Seems like a pretty big squadron. And we're going to start trying to do work over here to help the effort in Tennessee that's about to take off. Buford's still doing all right out there. Right? He can go to scouting because he can't reinforce anybody, I think, anyways. Yeah, that's fine. How long? Huh. Wonder why I'm not getting an estimate. Who knows? Why would you not pull from volunteers? Got a new report. Set of new reports here. Our debt increased was okay. Well, is low and decreasing. Hmm. Revenue Act 3. 9,000. Barkhead's division. Okay. There. Oh, I forgot about. It was Moorhead. That was. All right, so apparently this is not a fort that takes a port. Well, live and learn. We'll see about this one over here. That's Moorhead, never mind. This is Wilmington. Our policy progress is still a month away on Bank Act. But whatever, we have a fort. It's fine. And how are we doing? So everybody there is pretty good. And here? Yeah. Okay. Side wheel frigate, not surprised. We could probably leave that gunboat in. That's frigate's doing okay. Alright, so I think we're doing well enough that we can just send everybody in. I know it's a level 2 fort, but hopefully everybody there has the combined firepower and armor to deal with that. I think we do. Wonder what's going on here. It's a little fishy. We're not getting estimates of when people are going to be at their full readiness again. Seems odd to me. Alright. Hooker and Company should be happy. Yeah, the training support probably because there's a bunch of new recruits. Jackson and Selma, man, their credit rating is good enough that they're building railroads. Good for them. Okay. Guess we went the wrong way to do that? Or they're just not rendering in. We'll see. What is this? Mississippi rifles are done. Union issues bonds. That's another 75 million. Sorry. Yeah, maybe because it was the recruitment drive. That's all I can think of. Projects. Good thing Civ Order's coming around again. Good thing. I think one of the coolest maps here is the front lines one. It's probably is the coolest one. Yeah. Not, well, I guess a little bit of progress. I think it's super cool. All right. All right, we are out and over here. We have some salt works there. I think the big prizes though are over here near New Orleans. Have we engaged anything here? I guess we'll find out. I think by end of March we'll be ready to start marching. Wow, that was not intentional. Not that clever. Fort Fisher, right? That's ours now. What's going on here? What does it take to get a fort to fire at you these days? Or maybe we beat it down and it hasn't rebuilt yet. Sometimes that has to happen. It's a weird, very odd kind of loop. It has to get enough defense back or something, and then you can attack it again. It's, nah, whatever. All right, I am about to call it an episode. What is happening? Why are none of the? I guess this is a new strategy. Don't engage the forts, or don't let the forts engage, and then they can't lose. It's sound. It's logically sound. All right, it's about that time to get campaigning. We did it all in one episode, and it really helps when the AI is not interested in battling. Morale of their armies is impressive, I will say. Yeah. And honestly, for them, it wasn't a bad winter because their national morale didn't decline that much, if at all. I think from the time the campaigning ended. And with them, it's kind of just trying to hold out to late 64, 65, I think. And hoping that the politics turns against the Union here. Alright, we should have our fleets in place to start the blockading. Go after that tariff revenue if the CSA is getting some. Switch you all over to blockade. Move you up. And we'll see. Maybe we'll pick on forts. Maybe we won't. Maybe we won't be able to, so might not have that much of a choice, but okay, so there is a fight going on here. We just don't hear about it. And I guess it is up here. Border at Fort Macon, and Donaldson. So that's got to be over here. It's just, it's not showing up for whatever reason. We're not hearing it. There we go. Now we can... Oh, no. This is not going well. I mean, the same is true for their fort's defenses, though. So I don't know how bad it is in my other fleets, but maybe that just means we need to start building still more. More gunboats. I think more gunboats is exactly what we need. Iron pad? Close. Not a thing, but close. Alright. And in the short month of February, that time our tax revenue actually did decrease, but Confederacy has completed the following projects: recruitment offices, improved credit rating, recruitment offices again, cotton is king, and farm mech. That was a good month for them. And apparently they're out of their financial crisis because it's not being reported anymore, so good for them. That's really odd because I think their credit rating was has been better than mine. Right? So how are they in a financial crisis but I'm not? Oh no. If they haven't been, they look like they are on track to be. Their revenues have gone up, but ooh. Wonder if that's them trying to match my build up. Propaganda, yes please. Civil order, definitely. Farm mech, thank you. Alright, it's good for us too. So I accidentally drafted like 50,000 men. Oh, bad. Which is like the equivalent, right? If they all died, it's the equivalent of like 150,000. That's terrible. All right, this is what happens when you get too close. If you're wondering. Yeah. Oh no! It's a fleet. And we are doing poorly. Wait, I guess not as poorly as them, but it didn't go well. Yeah, we should go back to port if we can. Fleet orders. Nope. Return to port. There you go. Oh, did we not? We never took this one? Oh, that's terrible. That is terrible. Go there. Guys, I know what we have to do. Doesn't one of you have? Yeah, one of you does have it. That's all we need. Okay. We'll come back to that, but we need to get this port here to reduce the amount of runaway and repair time that we have to take if we don't. How is this going? I feel like we should do this one pretty well. Okay, we did the Banking Act. Do we support bomb ourselves and just go for Banking Act 2 now? It doesn't feel like we need to do that. A few options. Diplo 2 for trade deals. Letters of marque to go after their trade. Bounties 1 for volunteers. Confiscation for supply speed. Breadbasket 3 for Feed Europe. I like that one. And Revenue Act 3. Ooh, Emancipation helps increase support. And it opens the door to USCT, which increases volunteers by 10%. How long is this one? This one's... So those two combined are 2 months. For additional support, gives them morale, but it gives us support, which is pretty much interchangeable, and plus 10% volunteers. Which is what? It's pretty much what this does, but it doesn't impose the morale penalty. Darn, I like that one too. Jeez, but I'm ultimately down to these two. If I don't do this now, I'm never gonna do it. So I might as well just do it, and to say to heck with it, just to do it. Speaking of doing it, it's gonna do it for me. This is just it's been a fine time, but winter quarters is coming to an end here at the end of March. And that means we won't take those movement penalties. And we actually look in like decent shape. I think my plan for Hooker... see, he's in enemy territory. And so this is just going to... Unit is within a regrouping zone. Plus 10% rate. Probably because of supply depot. So... with these, I'm going to put them in scouting just because I don't even tend to be here that long. And we'll move out soon. Get over here. We need all the guns. Did the CSA match my build-up? Not yet. I also know when I flip to the AI that they're going to upgrade the weapon, so I don't have to do it on video or anything like that. They just finished recruitment bounties, so they've definitely shored up their finances, and now they're shoring up their man. Oh, I see it. I see it, but are we ready for it? You're not in scouting. You're not in scouting. Okay, you are. You need to get out of scouting. Okay. So they're ready for Fry should he cometh. Okay, you don't probably need to be in scouting anymore. My goodness, Gibbon. My goodness. But I guess the CSA is trying to get the jump on us before we do the same thing. Man, Turchin is still behind. I mean, it just may end up being that way for a while. Sheridan's good enough. I never remember who's he with. 5th Corps? Yes. Okay. Send him over there. Go. Busted fleets. There we go. Alright, you're all doing that. Come on, we want to get to April here. Do we take this fort? I would have been sent that we don't have amphibious attack. What we should probably do at some point here is pull out of here. We want amphibious attack. There we go. Let me just see what the health of our... That's okay. That's all fine. I think we're actually going to make a second fleet here. Or a second squadron. Create new fleet. Go back to St. Louis. And it's going to be a similar idea to the last one. How many gunboats? Oh, we got a lot of gunboats. I think 4 and 4 is probably fine. Right, 4 monitors, 4 gunboats. It's quite a bit of bang bang and quite a bit of tank. All right. Keep an eye on what the CSA is up to over here. But this might do it here for the Union. Are they far enough ahead that we can turn it back to the CSA and make it interesting? As the CSA, or are we going to beat the Union by too much and then have to switch back? I think regardless, I'm comfortable switching over to the CSA here as this episode comes to an end, because I really want to work on their economy and see if that alternative economy build actually pays off. And they seem to have left me with certainly something to fix with all that debt down there. So that's gonna do it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you've enjoyed the Union playthrough that we've had, and from here on out, we're gonna see if we can win it as the CSA.